Audio recording and sampling. The Nautilus is a complete music workstation because it not only features multiple sound engines, EQs, effects, and a MIDI sequencer, it also seamlessly integrates audio in two ways: stereo sampling and 16-track audio recording. First, let's look at 16-track audio recording. I'm going to add an audio track to the song I created in the previous chapter. With audio recording, you're recording directly to the internal solid-state drive, sometimes referred to as hard disk recording or HDR. You can record up to 4 tracks simultaneously from a variety of sources: the analog inputs 1 and 2, USB 1 and 2, and the 4 record buses, even digitally from any of the outputs. You can record through the internal effects or add the effects later. In this example, I'll record my electric guitar, plugging directly into analog input 1. By the way, these audio inputs are available in program, combi, sequencer, and setlist mode as well, useful for plugging in a mic or guitar and routing it through the Nautilus system utilizing the internal effects. From the Recording Setup tab, the page menu accesses Auto HDR Sampling Setup. This will automatically set up everything you need for a variety of audio track recording or sampling jobs. Select HDR Audio Track Recording. The source audio is audio input 1 mono. It's possible to record through the insert effects, and this template song already has a guitar amp modeling effect on IFX11, specifically for this type of situation. So I'll route through that effect by setting this to IFX11. I'm recording to track 1, so I touch OK. By the way, the template songs also have IFX12 set to a microphone modeling effect. Next, I need to set the input type and level. Hold down Shift and press Audio In. Make sure the input select is set to mic. Keeping an eye on the meter, adjust the analog input gain until the level is high but not clipping. If the signal clips, you'll see the message ADC Overload appear over the meter. Depending on your type of guitar and pickups, you may need to adjust these parameters accordingly, or even route the guitar through a preamp or effects unit first. Details are in the PDF manuals. Press Exit twice. Record and start. Now I can adjust the level, panning, EQ, add additional effects, adjust the amount of reverb, etc. I can even go to the track edit page to copy, paste, normalize, and much more. Press Exit. By the way, audio files in a variety of different formats can be imported into the Nautilus and assigned to an audio track as well. Details are in the PDF manuals. Let's look at sampling. The Nautilus can sample from any of the inputs in any mode, resample, do time slicing, load in samples in different formats, and more. Of course, we don't have time to get into everything here, but let me show you a couple of things. Let's start with sampling the Nautilus itself, for example, a combi. Touch the Sampling tab. Touch Auto Setup. Select Resample Combination Play. With Convert to Program on, after resampling, the data will be automatically converted and saved to the program number you set here. I'll use S000. Touch OK. Touch the Sampling Record button here, then Start. As indicated here, recording will start once I start playing. Touch the Stop button to stop recording. Go to the program we selected to save everything to S000. It has been automatically assigned to this note. There it is. Now to sampling mode. I touch here to select the new multisample that contains the new sample. Go to the Sample Edit page. There's the waveform that can be edited. Let's truncate this sample. Turn on the grid, and I can see the quarter notes at the selected tempo. I know the tempo of the combi is 102.5 BPM. Now it's easy to set the start and end points to cover 4 beats. I can use these buttons to zoom in and out. Touch play to hear the edit range. Now from the page menu, truncate. It's already set to truncate the front and end. Touch OK. As you can see, grid is very useful when editing time-based samples. Now to the Loop Edit page, and turn on Loop. Press Exit. Now let's sample from the inputs. First, I'll create a new multisample. I won't make it stereo since I'm only sampling from input 1. Go to the Audio Input tab and touch Auto Setup. Select Record Audio Input. The source audio is already set up from before. Keep it as it is. It's possible to sample through the insert effects, but I won't this time. Touch OK. Hold down Shift and press Audio In. It's already set correctly from when I recorded in sequencer mode. Press Exit. I'll set the metronome to 4 beats before it starts sampling. Touch Sampling Record, then Sampling Start Stop. Back to the Recording tab. I'll set the range of the single sample to go from C2 to C4, holding down Enter and playing C4. I can create additional samples by touching Create. The samples are mapped on the keyboard as a multisample. To use this multisample, you need to save it as a program using Convert MS to Program from the Page menu. We'll look at saving the recording audio as well as the samples in the Global and Media chapter.